all you need is kill is Studio 4 Celsius's latest adaptation of a classic Japanese novel. I say latest because there's a couple of interpretations out there. Interesting stuff. Now, while I can't necessarily speak for this specific manga version, a good friend lent this to me just recently, and I will be reading through it, having fun with it, and I will have a different adaptation slash visualization of what this story needs to be. However, no, I'm just kidding. However, for today's discussion, we're going to be talking about one beautifully animated Studio 4 Celsius. So, right off the bat, the character designs and the character models give you a sense of disconnect, right? It's not what you would normally expect from a art design in an anime, much less one as prolific as this one. But very quickly, and I think to that point, they make a point of showing to you right away, so you're able to adjust to that and kind of hit that shock impression, and where everything else after that feels smoother, more in-world logistically sound, and you start to receive those limitations, and you start to see how the story starts to progress past those own limitations. So it's a lot of jarble that I'm throwing at us, I know, but it's very important to understand that what they're trying here is a different animation style, at least a different way of approaching all the tools that we have had to work with so far. And it's very interesting to see. I get excited when animation studios get curious, or they get excited. Obviously, one of my favorites to throw out is Science Saru, how they really like to go beyond the boundaries of what is conventionally known as anime style. And something along the lines of UFO Table, which is anime style dialed up to the 20s. That all fun, nice to see. Here we see a very honest take of what this sci-fi is, or at least feels. And it brings a different sense. Time loops slash time variations slash Groundhog Days are nothing new when it comes to sci-fi. So it's almost a given that this story had to really ratchet up the ante somehow. And that ante does come in the form of mecha suits, for lack of better terms. They're essentially running around in mecha suits. What I don't know, or didn't know, or don't understand yet is the question that I have of, were those suits originally meant as weaponry, or were those suits always meant to be this sort of tool that was adapted into what would become the weaponry against the invasion? Kind of an important detail I really would like to know for the sake of world building. But regardless, what they present to us, what they give us, and from what I understand, what they decided to adapt in this anime form is the female perspective of one second main character and or main character, Rita, as we know her, as a soldier who has gone through enough time loops or time variations to have a say into what is happening, or at least an opinion as to what obstacles or what paths one should take to hopefully get to the other side, whatever that side may be, or whatever that side may present itself as. is the question indeed. But to see the struggle, to see the buildup, to see her being put to the test multiple times, and even giving credit to her character, who starts off as a very disconnected individual for reasons that are actually explained in character building. So I gotta give them credit where credit is due. Definitely, it helps it helps it helps kind of acknowledge or or not understand. That's a little too easy to put that one, but it helps to be able to see things differently once you know why certain characters slash people act a certain way. And again, credit to the story for having technically 2 hours to present this, but still being able to add enough information to make you feel or understand or even possibly accept what is being told. There's a reason people act a certain way, and if you know which clues to look for, then you can come up with your own solutions. And by the time we get to the solution in the story, you go, yeah, that checks out, and you're there. You're already a next step into the future, which is exactly where you want to be if you are being invaded by aliens. Now, why do I bring up Rita, or why is Rita the important character in this point? Very simply put, Tom Cruise made a movie in 2014, 2016 called Edge of Tomorrow. It was received poorly in theaters, but when it came to home theaters, people kind of like started vibing with it. It wouldn't be until after it was released in homes on Blu-rays that people would piece together that Edge of Tomorrow starring Tom Cruise is based on All You Need Is Kill. Hence, the Emily Blunt character, which we've talked about multiple times on this beautiful corner of the internet, is also named Rita. I did that Google real quickly. So yes, Rita has been adapted into 3 different characters. Emily Blunt, this young lady right here, and whatever manga slash novel representation of the character that we have to work with. And again, the only reason I really bring this up is because I really would like to get certain. I have enough information. I understand the character at this. I would understand. I would assume, but I don't want to misunderstand anything. So I'd rather get the source material rather being the novel, which will help me have a honest opinion. But it is what it is. For right now, all you need to understand is that this version heavily focuses on the female perspective of one character named Rita. And that's important to me because I don't know if the male character in this version is supposed to be the male character in this version. It's kind of a big difference from the geeky kid to this guy. If it is supposed to be the same guy, I feel like this story is going to have a lot more to tell, which is why I really feel like I should finish this. But for what we get in here, for the male character that they give us, I believe that they did a solid job of presenting the latent warrior spirit in every male that has ever had, or every, whatever, doesn't matter, testosterone filled individual that has had to decide to protect something they care about. And why is that important? A lot of the themes in this story, at least from what I understand, this film, is a question itself. Very not unlike Steins Gate, not unlike Groundhog Day, not unlike multiple time loop stories. We're simply asked to questions of life. What value is there with the time that we have, with the people that we've met, with the individuals that are there to support us, with the friends that have appreciated us and perhaps cared for, protected us at times that we would not have expected. In this small, fragmented times that we are able to share simply because we were all born is the only word I can think about, but simply because we were all formed on the same time frame, is that we're able to share these fragments of memories with each other, henceforth unlocking new boundaries, new potentials, new borders, new cultures, new universes. So when they decided to present the male character, it doesn't have to be male, or even if it is, but the partner character, the fact that it is a male character now leads one to question what presence, what responsibility, what respect did the male character have in this role. And to that, again, not knowing if it's the same character that this kid is supposed to be, I would say that they did a strong version of what desire, in terms of a strong understanding of what is needed / what is necessary / what is accomplishable / what can be improved. And you look at this guy and you don't expect any of that from him, but it's in the little details that he leaves behind that you can believe that this young guy, this young gentleman, this testosterone young lad has it in him to actually go the extra mile and do what needs to be done, get the job done, be dependable, yes, which is respected and highly coveted in a man, but more than that, be respected. And I'll be real with you, I don't know if they ended the way that I think they ended it, but if they ended it the way that I think that they ended it, then damn, that is pretty intense. And yeah, well, it leaves a lot on the table in terms of where do we go from here? How do we feel about things? And if this is thinking about it, if this is a way to introduce a next stage or a next level of what comes in this universe, then I could see them doing that. Do we need that? Did we need Tom Cruise in the mecha suit? Probably not. But goddamn, I'm so glad that they did do that. Because let's get back to it. What is the one thing that I need in this universe? A live action Akira. And I know a lot of people get all salty and they're like, "Oh, Akira, you can't whitewash my Akira." And to the yes, I agree with you. I feel the same way, but no matter what, it's gonna happen, because it's gonna happen. So what I need you to understand is that if it's going to happen, if Warner Brothers is interested in presenting anime / selling its property to Netflix, then I would really, really hope someone at Warner Brothers / Netflix has a line to Tom Cruise's production company, so he doesn't star in it. He doesn't have to be the main character. He doesn't have to be Canada. But if his company can produce something like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let the last weeaboo do the job, man. Because we're getting there. Honestly, seeing this, seeing Warner Brothers, seeing the sales happening in Netflix, we're gonna get Akira. The question is it gonna be good? I think we can get there. I really do. Because sometimes, baby, all you need is kill. Kill a kill. I don't know. It's all good. But, yeah, man. Fun film. Well, fun may not be the best word to describe it, but a very strong take on Groundhog Day and sacrifices and drive and guts and desire and just a lot. I think there were some moments in that showing where it kind of like hit me in ways that I wasn't really ready for, and it just kind of like made me feel emotions. So credit to where credit is due, that a very intense, obtruse looking film can do that to you, even when you're as old as I am. But hey, it'll keep on happening, and I hope it does. And I really hope Tom Cruise gets his pen ready for Akira, to write the script for Akira. Because yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that you look forward to it too. But with all that in mind, it's been your boy, EXP 626, wishing you buenas noches, buenos dias, and an awesome tomorrow. Like that, like this, like us. And I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao. Matane. Help us, Jesus. Help us, Tom Cruise. I gotta go meet my Universal friends. Pitch the idea again.